Okay, here's your homework from section 11.1, or at least part of it. In the first problem, number 8, Mr. Kang is planning to stain his deck, and he wants to know what the area of the deck is. Well, in the middle here, you have a rectangle that's 18 by 15. That would be its length and width. On the ends, the little pieces that are 15, here and here, those represent the heights of parallelograms. The base length on each of those parallelograms is this 18. So we have both the base and the height for the parallelograms too. So our calculation on this guy is going to be the area of the rectangle, which is 18 times 15, plus 2 parallelograms, that's what the 2's for there, and each parallelogram has a base of 18 and a height of 15, so 2 times 18 times 15, which works out to be 1,170, and the correct unit would be square feet, since everything is measured in feet. You can hear our dogs are unhappy about something in the background, so I'll shut the door. Okay, on our next problem, number 9, we have another parallelogram problem. And this dotted line is going to be our height. Well, we don't know what that is right now. We do know it's being drawn to this side down here, which has length 30, because its opposite side is 30, and that's a property of parallelograms. Okay, well, what we have here is a 30, 60, 90 triangle problem on the left side of the picture. We have a 10 inches. We don't know what this is, and there's your 60, there's your 90, your 30 would be up top, and right here is the H I put in the picture. We need the H, but we can't get there directly. We'll have to start off using the 30, 60, 90 rule that says the hypotenuse is equal to short times 2. In this problem, that would be 10 equals x times 2, so now we know x is 5. Now we can use the other rule for 30, 60, 90s, which says long is equal to short root 3. Now that's going to give us that long, which is h in this picture, because it's opposite the 60, h is 5 times the square root of 3. Okay, we're ready to get the area. The area of this parallelogram, A for area, is its base, 30, times its height, 5 square root 3. So that's area is 150 times the square root of 3. Okay, wish I could pause this thing. That's too bad. I'm getting a calculator up here. Now when I type this, when I type this guy into my calculator, I'm going to type it in as 150. Now on some calculators you need to say times the square root of 3, others just 150 square root 3 works. So you have to see what works on yours. And to the nearest tenth, this is 259.8. And that would be square inches. Okay, problem number 10 is very similar. It's another parallelogram, of course, because that's what this section's about. And in this problem, I know one of the sides of my parallelogram. I would also know its opposite, because they're always equal, opposite sides. Now, I do not have what this dotted line, which represents a height, because it's measuring the distance between the top side and the bottom there, those two parallel sides. And I don't have this guy, which would be used then for the base. Well, what I do know is I have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And our rule for 45, 45, 90s is only one rule, really. It's hypotenuse equals a leg multiplied by the square root of 2. So in this picture, 4 is the hypotenuse. You can either use B or H for the leg, and remember, the legs are congruent, so if we know one, we know the other. So 4 equals B square root 2. Divide both sides by square root 2. On the right it cancels, and you're left with B equals 4 over the square root of 2. Well, that's also H in this problem since they're equal to each other. So area is base times height. So area is 4 over the square root of 2 times another 4 over the square root of 2. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, and root 2 times root 2 is 2, so our answer is 8, and the correct units would be square meters. Okay, well, after they give you that really big workout, the next problem is much, much easier. On this guy, we have, because we told they were parallelograms to begin with, we have what would be a rectangle, because a parallelogram with the right angle has got to be a rectangle. And furthermore, this rectangle actually is a square because all of its sides are marked equal. So all we have to do is area of a rectangle is length times width, although you can still call it base times height if you want. So that's simply 5.4 times 5.4. And again, going to the calculator here, 5.4 times 5.4 is 29.16 to the nearest tenth. That's 29.2. So the area is 29.2 centimeters squared. Now, I've neglected to get perimeters here, and I don't want to make the video too long, but perimeter just means you're adding up all 3 sides, so on all 4 sides. On number 9, we're missing that one side there. That one's easy to do in my head. The perimeter on number 9 would be, P for perimeter, 30 plus 10 plus 30 plus 10, and that's 80. Now, perimeter is just in regular units. On our next one, we've got 2 of these sides that are 4 over the square root of 2, and that's a little more difficult to work with, and I just don't want to make this video real long. Let's see if I can squeeze this guy down in here, though. So that side is 4 over the square root of 2. And so is its opposite side down below where the B is marked. So we ought to simplify that 4 over root 2. So we'll take care of that. I'll change color so this doesn't get too messy here. Change to red. And in red down here, I'll work out the rest of that problem. 4 over the square root of 2, to simplify it, that's multiplying by root 2 over root 2. You get 4 root 2 over 2, or finally 2 times the square root of 2. So that means the perimeter is 4 plus 4, which is 8, plus 2 root 2 plus 2 root 2 is 4 square root 2, and then you'd pop that into the calculator to get your answer. On 11, just take 4 times 5.4 to get your answer. And I think that's 26 something. 4 times 5.4. And that's going to give you, 21.6 is your perimeter on this last guy here. So P, if I can work that in somewhere, P on number 11 is 21.6. Okay, and on this one in red down there, just put that into the calculator, and the perimeter down there is 8 plus 4 square root 2, and that's 13.7 to the nearest tenth. Okay, I'm going to leave problems 12, 13, and 14 for you to turn in to me. I want to see them neatly shown with all calculations shown like I've done in the video. If you just got an answer written down or this times that and you're not being specific about it, you're not going to receive credit. Make it nice and detailed. Label what you're doing.